Today we have Mr. Jeff Bilbrey with us, who is the Senior Vice President of Innovation Group, and this group is involved in the insurance type of software houses here, and involved in Pakistan's HR development as far as their company is concerned. So we are going to discuss the ID scenario and the international expertise in Pakistan with Mr. Jeff Bilbrey. Welcome to the Business Tonight.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Mr. Jeff Bilbrey, what do you think about the Pakistan's whole ID scenario and how is it growing?
Well, what we've seen is great growth with our business, but just across the country in general. We know that your universities are turning out great students. We know that we're seeing a lot of people actually come back to Pakistan. We've had a lot of foreign expats come back to Pakistan, return here to actually do IT business here, and we're happy to see those people working for our company here, especially in Lahore.
What about the generally HR situation, the human resource and the quality of human resource here?
You know, one of the trends across the globe has been this great uptake of IT, and that means that it's become very competitive. And we've seen in other markets, in China and India, great turnover in the resources. And so one of the things that's happening here is people are focusing on how to retain resources, how to keep them here, how to keep them happy, how to grow their careers. And we've really focused on that in our operation as well, with respect to quality initiatives, quality training, IT technical training, and we've done a third part that's very important to us, which is a focus on business training. And so they're learning the business acumen and the business domain, and that seems to be a major factor in IT retention.
You are taking a Pakistani HR to work for you. What about the product of your what about the marketing of your product here in Pakistan?
Well, so far the product has been the people themselves. We haven't had any sales of insurance products in Pakistan, insurance software products in Pakistan yet. But that was one of our strategic reasons for coming here and starting up the operation. It's not just because of Pakistan itself and the growth here, but because Pakistan is situated nicely, so we can move either to the east or to the west very easily. Okay. And we see that as a strategic opportunity for us.
And what about the marketing again?
The marketing
of your product here in Pakistan. Do you see the insurance sector is growing at a very high pace in Pakistan?
It definitely is, and so we think it's almost time for us to start trying to market the software products here.
Okay, when we could expect that you are opening your product office here in Pakistan?
Well, we already have 116 people here trained on our products, and so we're really just looking for that first key customer to help us to implement with us.
Okay, that is the brighter side of the picture. What is the other side?
The other side,
the problems.
We've had a very good experience. I can't say we've had dramatic problems here in Pakistan. Normally the problems that we see are with turnover in IT companies across the world, but we have not had that experience so far.
How do you grade Pakistan as when it is put in comparison with India and China and the other countries, other developing countries, emerging markets as well, we can say?
Yeah, I think if you believe the book called "The World is Flat," you would also believe that Pakistan is on par with any other country across the world, whether that's the U.S. or any European country or India or China or anywhere. The quality of education is superb here. The learning opportunities for the people is wonderful, and their IT skills for us have been fantastic, and so it's equal to anywhere else, which is why we're able to take people that we've trained here in this office and move them to our different offices, whether that's in countries in Europe or North America or even Australia or elsewhere.
It's a prevailing perception in Pakistan that we are lagging behind India as far as IT is concerned. What do you see? What is the edge of India that we don't have? Did they start earlier and we started later?
I think that's a big piece of it. Also, there is a perception in the world that Pakistan has a problem with stability, and therefore companies may not want to invest here. That hasn't been our experience, and we're not as worried about that, especially with what's happened in recent days. So I think that is a perception. I think what we can do to get around that perception is for our part, we continue to train people and move them around the world, and our customers have been delighted. So yes, Pakistan I think did start a little bit later.
Okay. Since we are seeing that there is a study in Pakistan that after a couple of years we will be lacking in terms of HR. HR won't be sufficient enough to cater for the needs of the IT industry in Pakistan. Do you feel any competition arising from the local companies to you?
Yeah, we certainly see that. We actually just visited LUMS University today, and we talked to their staff there about how we've seen some staff come to us and then they go to some of the smaller startup companies. Believe it or not, that can actually be a benefit, because as the economy grows here and as those small startups come and grow their business, that creates an incubation of knowledge. And that knowledge is something that will ultimately benefit our company and every other company in the area.
How do you see 5 years down the road the Pakistan's IT scene?
I think it's going to grow dramatically. That's been our hope. That's been our aspiration. The more that it grows here, I think the better it is for our business, both in terms of being able to market our own solutions here, but also that the talent pool gets better and better. So the universities, I hope the universities keep turning out more and more of these IT students. They're wonderful. There
are some criticism in the US about the outsourcing primarily. Don't you see that the fundamental of outsourcing is going to change legally or even socially in the US?
I think it's happening already. As a matter of fact, one of the strategic reasons for us to start up an operation here in Pakistan is because most of our customers were already moving business offshore to China or India or somewhere, and they were taking it away from us. And so we knew that we needed to start off our own offshore operation and be able to place the business there and then keep those customers and actually keep them happier, because now we have our staff trained on our products and solutions, and we can provide a better service to those customers than just giving it to an offshore body shop.
What do you think in the export market? Pakistan is on the map, but not so clearly as India or China is. What do you think? How can Pakistan grow in terms of exports?
I think some of it is through the government and through politics. They need to reach out to other countries. I know that's happened some in the U.S., but I think that it's important for them to do those kind of outreach programs where they encourage businesses to learn about the opportunities of doing business in Pakistan. If they don't do that, then it's very hard for them to know.
Okay. It's a general perception here in Pakistan that the mostly foreigners are thinking negatively about Pakistan. Your experience, yes, it's different. Do you see any other companies would follow your footsteps and come to Pakistan and invest here?
I think they will, but I think right now it's only by word of mouth, because you're right, the prevailing perception is somewhat negative, and that's unfortunate because we've had wonderful experiences, and I think that comes down to probably some marketing that Pakistan needs to do on a global level to change that perception.
How outsourcing cuts your cost?
I think, well, it does. There's no question. It not only cuts our costs, but I would have to say it increases our quality. When we chose to come here, we knew that Pakistan had a great focus on CMM quality initiatives. And so far, the staff here have actually made the rest of our operations around the world, if that's the US or in the UK or Australia or anywhere, has made it better, because they've helped us. So it's not only cut our costs, but I would say it's improved our quality.
Internationally speaking, international people usually take India and Pakistan in one breath. What do you see the competitive edge of Pakistan which may help other companies to grow here locally and internationally?
Pakistan has a great advantage over India, I think, and that is the English language. My experience has been that the Pakistanis speak a little bit clearer English than the Indians do. And that's probably something that you should really put forward and market more.
That's one thing. That's one thing. Yeah. But on the skill side?
On the skill side, the skills are, like I said, I think they're on par with anybody in the world, and so the skills really shouldn't be something that anybody worries about.
Jeff, you talked about LUMS, which is in our society, as we know, that is a high standard. Usually the other institutions are not so high in standard. What do you think? Can other institutions create such skill level that help you?
Not all of our staff are from LUMS. Well, only a few are. So we have staff from many institutions around the country, from universities in Islamabad, other universities here, and so yeah, definitely.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Jeff. Thank you very much. अभी वक्त हुआ है एक ब्रेक का। ब्रेक के बाद हम मज़ीद खबरों पर और मज़ीद मेहमानों से गुफ्तगू करेंगे। आप देखते रहिए बिज़नेस टुनाइट।